कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। Jatayu was granted moksham. But how? Two questions. Jatayu, did he perform any of these karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga that we all mention in the Vedas and in the Vedanta? Wasn't he a scavenger that fed on dead matter? Wasn't he killed by the one who had learned and mastered the Vedas called as Ravana? Despite all of these disqualifications, how did he obtain moksham? Wait, who granted him moksham? Rama. Rama was a human being. How can a human being grant moksham? If at all he had the ability to grant moksham, well, why did he cry over Sita's absence? All these questions were asked. Using the verses of our Purvacharyas, Purvacharya Surakshitam Bahumatim Vyaghata Durasthitam, we answered these questions convincingly. Next, who performed the final rites for Jatayu? Rama performed the final rites for Jatayu. How could a Kshatriya perform final rites for a scavenger? In Bhagavad Bhakti, there is no disparity between Varnas. All this was answered. Now, as Rama and Lakshmana continued their journey, a Rakshasi called Ayomukhi caught the hand of Lakshmana. As she caught the hand of Lakshmana and made a proposal, so Lakshmana, on a very lighter vein, received the maximum number of proposals in his forest. First Shurpanaka proposed and now Ayomukhi. Lakshmana tried to release himself from the clutches of Ayomukhi, but Ayomukhi's clutches were so tight that she was forcing herself upon Lakshmana. That is when Lakshmana thought, let the world treat me in whichever way it wants in the future. Now, I have to be at the service of Rama, thereby go in the search of Sita. I cannot find myself caught in the clutches of this Ayomukhi and cut her ears, nose and the bosoms, and where she screamed and ran into the forest. Eva muktastu kupitaha khadgamudhritya lakshmanaha karnanasastanam tasya nichakartari sudanaha karnanase nikrutetu viswaram vinanadasa Yathagatam pradudrava rakshasi ghora darshana. She ran into the forest. As Lakshmana continued his journey with Rama in the forest in search of Sita, suddenly Lakshmana noticed his left arm throb. The left part of his body was throbbing. If you remember, even Khara faced such similar signs before he could be fighting Rama. Later, when Sugriva and Rama have a memorandum of understanding in Kishkinda Kandam, Sita's left eyes will throb as much as the left eyes of Vali and Ravana also throb. Sita Kapindraha Kshanadacharanam Rajiva Hemojjvala Nopamani Sugriva Rama Pranaya Prasange Vamani netrani samam sphuranti, says Valmiki. So the left side of the body will throb. Here, why is the left and the right used? Because in Shakuna Shastram, in Nimitta Shastram, it is believed that the body also has an undercurrent going with the nature and the futuristic events, and thereby tells the body that be careful, something good or bad is going to happen. Well, some of us may want to believe or not believe on these. But even people who understand the animal behavior will know that before the earthquake comes or before a tsunami comes in the seas, the animals are the first to know that there is something bad which is going to happen. More than the humans. Humans will be by the beach side, unaware and oblivious of the fact what is going to strike them. So nature has its own ways of dealing with the current and the futuristic events. Here, Lakshmana sees the evil sign as his left arm throbs. Spandate me dridham bahur vikhnamiva me manaha prayaschaschapanisthani nimityan upalakshaye. As he tells Rama that my left side is throbbing, something evil is going to happen, both of them see Kabandha. Agnijwala nikashena lalatasthena dipyata mahapakshena pingena vipule nayatena cha eko norasi ghorena nayanena sudarshina mahadamshtropapannam tam lelihanam mahamukham. This was a very, very different form. Long arms. The mouth which has to be in the face was in the stomach. Virupaksham, very, very, very large, ugly eyes. So it looked as if there was blazing fire around this form. And this form caught Rama and Lakshmana by its long arms. And it asked, Ko yuvam vrishabhaskandhau mahakhatgadhanurdharau. Who are these two strong men holding the bow and the quiver of arrows? As this form, who is known in the Ramayana as Kabandha, was asking these questions and holding Rama and Lakshmana in his long arms, Rama indicated to Lakshmana that we need to chop the arms off. So they started chopping the arms. And then they understood that this form that they saw of Kabandha was previously in the assembly of the Devas. He was an attendant. Once while the Rishi's retinue had been visiting a certain capital, this attendant disguised himself in a Ghora Swarupam, something that will cause shivers and tremble in people. And he threatened a rishi called as Thula Shiras. This Thula Shiras cursed that you shall obtain such an ugly form that people will fear you. You had come in an ugly form to threaten me, people will be threatened of you. That is when Rama and Lakshmana ask, Kabandha, did you see a woman cry for help? Did you see her being taken away? Kabandha says, I don't know. I didn't see any woman being taken away nor crying for help. That is when Rama says that now that he has been suffering, he will die in a few minutes and we have to perform the final rites for Kabandha. Whether Rama performed final rites for his father Dasharatha or not, in his journey in the forest he was performing Dharma Kainkaryam, Charama Kainkaryam to most other people whom he saw. Beginning with Viradha, then with now with Kabandha, then we had Jatayu. So Rama says, Lakshmanasto maho kabir jwalatita samantataha. Kabandha tells Rama to cremate and perform and guide the final rites, and Lakshmana was also asked to help him. Lakshmanasto maho lalkabhir jwalatabhihi samantataha Chidamadipayamasa sa prajajwala sarvataha prajajwala samvataha. Let the final fire be lit upon me. As Kabandha's final rites were performed, the Tamil poet Kamban says how Kabandha praised Rama. Moolame illa mudalvane ni muyalum kolamo yarkum terivariya kolgaital alamo alinadayo adekidanda balano Velai Parapo Pagaraye. Who are you? Kabandha asks Rama. I see Paramatma in you, Rama. Were you the one who was lying on that Vatadalam, that leaf, when there was deluge of colossal loss? There was pralayam everywhere. And were you that boy? Adi Piramanumni. You are that Piraman. Adi Paramanumni. You are that Paramatma. Adi ennum porulukku appal undagilumni. If there is a word called Adi, which means first, you are beyond that first. Sodichudar pilambum nee endu solluginra vedam murai cheidal velgaro veru ullar. I see you as Paramatma, Rama, says Kabandha. Though he doesn't mention anything of Sita because he knew nothing of Sita, he does say one thing. Rama, I see that there is a danger. Looking at the instances what you have said of your missing wife, of the dying Jatayu, I sense there is a danger to Sita. But remember, Rama, you are the Paramatma. You can rescue Sita. But in this avataram, I feel you need the friendship of somebody who will be of great support to you. And that friendship and that support that I see for you is in one person called as Sugriva. Go make friendship with him. Adrohaya samagamya deepyamane vibhavasau nachate sovamantavyaha Sugrivo vanaradhipaha. He is the chief of most monkeys. Go make friendship with him. Mumurcha sakyam ramasya samanavyasane harau, says Kalidasa. Rama does see some merit in this proposal. But before going to Kishkinta, meeting up with Sugriva and striking a chord of friendship with him, there is something that Rama needs to see and needs to bless. Who is that and what is that incident? The last part of Aranya Kandam, which will be the zenith of bhakti, is an important episode which we shall see tomorrow. Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.